now.
Keith the Winkler.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta start calling him Lil Wink.
Lil Winky Wink. No, don't call me that. He said, don't be calling me that.
That's now that I say it out loud, it doesn't sound right.
Don't say my name, man. Let me see here. Let me share this screen. Share. Friendly heads up.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Keith?
I'm just getting in from running around doing business all day, making some dinner.
Man,
See me?
making some dinner now after you were making some money earlier.
Yeah, had a closing today. Got another one. Got another wholesale after that.
Nice,
We're
man.
good.
Nice. That's good news. Good news.
Congrats.
Great news. We're just to let you, we're skipping. We're not doing this in 2 weeks. We're going to do this again in 3 weeks. We're skipping the normal September 8th and starting back up September 15th. Y'all can meet if you want. I just can't be there because my wife would probably have my head on the chop block.
We want you here, Rich. We want you here early and late.
That's right.
We are streaming live now, it appears, on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and let's see here. Let me make sure we got some audio. Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear Rich? Oh, yeah, we can.
Audio?
Ooh, here we go. Feedback.
Nice.
Share broadcast, share with followers, and get off of there before we keep getting feedback. All right, we up here live. What up, Rich?
Hey, not much, Chris. What's happening with you?
Man, I've been slammed today. I locked up a deal today live on Facebook. How about that?
No kidding. That's awesome, man. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to go back and watch that.
Yeah, it's in the Woke Real Estate Investing Group. I actually did a
Okay.
whole call, the whole seller conversation, the contract, all right there.
First time talking to the seller and everything, huh?
First time talking to him. He came in today about 6-7 hours ago. My virtual assistant took the initial call, got his basic information. He wanted to sell a house and some land. I got the land under contract, but the house we're still working on because his numbers kind of,
Okay.
I like the house. It's a perfect little house. It's cute, but you know,
Yep.
the numbers got to make sense.
Nice. Real nice.
So yeah, they've been slamming me today.
That's awesome, man. Congrats. Congrats. Looks like it was a good day for people, man.
Oh yeah,
Good
they out
day.
here wheeling and dealing. You know it.
You are, man. Jeez.
Well, you got to get some more deals locked up.
Right. Try to get one done by the end of the day.
We got let's see, 2, 3 in escrow. Well, finna be 3. The third one not in yet. I'm waiting on the
Okay.
seller to sign another purchase agreement to extend the date or give me a
Okay.
new date because it expired like a month ago. But I found a buyer a month later, so let's put them back under contract and put it back out again. Well, I already got a buyer. I just need them to sign their end.
Heck yeah. Give me 1 second. I got somebody trying to get in right now. I got to send them the invite real quick.
Oh yeah, so if anybody's watching this live on Facebook or one of the sites here, you want to get in on the stream, shoot a message over to Rich or to me, and I'll send you that invite link. Or if you just go to stlviplist.com, you'll already be on the freaking list and get the link by email, stlviplist.com. So in regards to the scheduling coming up, we will not be on in 2 weeks, you say, so we'll be skipping and coming back up on September 15th, 6 p.m. Central, and then back on the 29th. So skipping 2 weeks from today, and the dates are right there on the screen, and we're going to do it like that. So can you all hear me and see me over here on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere? That's what I want to make sure. I didn't get a response. I heard myself when I went on Periscope, but you never know. But you say you like the lion, huh?
True. So what's going on? We got Keith and Laura on the call. Keith's making some dinner. What are you making, Keith?
He fried chicken.
Yeah. You better made enough for all of us. we're gonna do
You're
it.
interrupting, man. I gotta come over here and unmute myself.
Hey, sorry.
Otherwise, I'm being interrupted, making all my noise.
Right.
In fact, I got a lead in Illinois, Rich. I just thought about it. We got about 6-7 leads that came in the last 24 hours. I'm still looking through them.
Let's do them.
Got one over in Illinois. I know, and then Laura pops up. Say Illinois. Laura pops up.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm here too. Keith's here too.
Wait a minute, all these Illinois folks.
Right.
East
We're
side.
representing.
Y'all came in deep.
What's this X button do right up here? Wait, no.
That's not nice.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Let me see.
And it's cool how much the three of us work together too.
Right.
You know, I mean, like somebody said, oh, my dad was in Texas. We've got like a 618 number. And he sent me a text today. He says, I don't know if this is spam or if it's your competition. And somebody had cold texted him. And of course it was the wrong number. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they were asking about, he's got one rental. I don't know. And I said, well, first of all, it's not a scam. I said, I send those out too, you know. I'm like, it's not my competition. I don't consider any fellow wholesaler competition because we make money together.
Right.
So, yeah.
Who's that?
There's some guy named Garrett. That's what the text said. So it wasn't
Garrett.
ringing the bell, but I know there's a Garrett out there. I just can't think of him. So.
Oh, I know who that is. That's Michael.
What's that?
Is that Michael Garrett?
Just said Garrett. You know how everyone's doing the one name only.
Yeah,
thing.
they don't
So
tell
I
no-
got a phone number and everything, but I wasn't gonna mess with it.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
That's all
Alright.
right. Let me
So,
see here. So this deal in
Keith, you was out
Illinois
busy
is,
day? What you said, Keith, you had a closing, what do you have going on today, buddy? Oh, he's on mute. I'm sorry, Keith, man, I'm so sorry. I know you're
You
making
muted him
dinner. I'm
again?
asking you questions.
Back up with you in a minute.
Okay, no problem. Laura, how about you? What do you have going on today?
I was gonna say I was just talking to Keith, so I could actually give you the rundown of his day.
Run it
But I
down
have his
for us.
story to tell. He's having a great day, everybody. I mean, like jealous in a good way when I was on the phone with Keith. So I'm like, yeah, I was having some of those days the last few weeks, and today's been follow-ups, back on the grind, and you know how follow-ups go. You hear a lot more no than yes. So, but things are still coming together and stuff. I've got stuff in escrow too, Chris Monroe.
there you go. Get it.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question for Chris. Because he went live earlier today and Eric couldn't stay on long. I just caught maybe 3 minutes of it. Were you doing a deal, option contract deal you sounded like you were running my game when the numbers don't work. I still do an option if I can. So
I actually locked that guy up. That was the first time I locked one up live on a Facebook Live.
Awesome. Yeah.
So he got a house too, though. He got
because you
two
were
properties.
just saying all the stuff I say. I get those option contracts when it's close but not there, and I just make sure I'm totally transparent. Like, hey, I can't make any promises. Oh, and I always make them non-exclusive. You were doing that. You're like, I don't want to tie your hand. All that good stuff. So I loved it. That was awesome.
Yep, he ended up signing it within 10 minutes. I said, dang, I ain't even sent it yet. I just pushed send. They said, "Ding, your turn to sign." I said, whoa, that's quick.
Yeah. And you know what that means too? What it means is he wants you to do it, right? So he's gonna renegotiate if he has to. He's not probably gonna be shopping this to a lot of other people. He wants someone else to take care of it. I mean, I've done tons of options, and you know, sometimes the numbers don't work, but I've maybe only once or twice ever have I not been able to get something done when I had a buyer because they moved on. I think there's only one time I can really remember. So what I'm getting at is like, it's just, they work. So it's awesome.
Lock them up and say, I'll see if I can find somebody for you. Can't make no promise, but I'll do what I can. It don't cost you a dime. Use Rich Grove's line. It don't cost you a dime.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Say,
It doesn't.
Say, I'm not a real estate agent or anything. It won't cost you a dime. Because that was one of the big objections he kept raising. Oh, I got to pay this 3% or this 6% to my agent, and I got to pay them. And I'm like, calm down. When we buy it, all that stuff's done, man. You don't have to deal with none of that. So I don't think he's still really received that yet. I'm going to have to work on him a little more. But
Okay.
what up, Mark?
Yeah, Mark Turpin in the house.
Hey guys, good afternoon.
How you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Not a problem. Sorry, I was a little slow there.
Oh, no worries.
We got the
First one of these.
right. Oh yeah, man. I mean, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you for sure. Now we got Mr. Collins coming in. He wasn't making any promises. He was out making things happen.
Wait a minute. How many teams you got back there? You got the Bears, the KC, the Colts.
yes, the
Wait a
Colts.
minute, man. You got every team in America.
Yeah, I know it, man.
Just keeping your options open.
He's doing the option.
That's right. That's right. That's too funny, man. That's too funny. How's it going? You went and looked at a deal, or did something? How'd it go?
So the guy, he's not selling. I want to see if he was selling another property, but he's not. But I do have another lead at the Winston Terry's area. So hopefully, she gets back to me. So
Good, man. That'd be good. That's good.
definitely,
And Terrell reached out to me and said, hey, I may not be able to make the call because I got an appointment.
man.
Go to the appointment, man. Go to the appointment by all means.
So
Yep.
that's right. Show up anyway.
Exactly.
So what we're working on here is in Belleville is 2 duplexes. I'm waiting on the screen to load up now.
Okay.
I thought I had it up. I don't know. It's doing some weird
Two
stuff.
duplexes.
2 duplexes in
Yeah, about
Belleville,
Belleville.
Illinois. Let's see
Yeah.
here. One is, I guess, owner occupied or something. Let's see here. So there's light rehab.
Yeah.
Need an air conditioning system on one unit. And then the other one needs air conditioning. There must be still an air conditioners over there. Another one needs some kind of air conditioning, new carpet, or it has new carpet in the bathroom.
Okay.
And let me see what these numbers say. They're moving to Tennessee. There's no mortgage, free and clear. That's what I like to hear. And they're
Right.
trying to get 75 to 80,000. They want to sell ASAP, and they would consider terms. I didn't see that. Wait a minute.
Wait, that's right up your alley, brother.
Yeah, so it's 2 duplexes. So 2 bedroom, 1 bath per duplex, per unit, I guess.
Awesome.
Let's see here. I can't tell if it's 2 duplexes or if they put this separate on here. It is just 1 duplex. Does that sound high? 75,000 for a duplex?
It depends what part. It depends what part of Belleville. So if it's on the west part of Belleville, and in what school district it's in. So if the west part of Belleville, it could be Belleville West School District or East St. Louis School District.
Something.
but
Let's see here.
the
Justice
east
Drive. Let me see. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, the east side of Belleville is more desirable for folks. And, I mean, it's more. You got higher prices.
Citizens
higher
Park?
prices.
Somewhere near that. Is that good or bad on that side?
What park?
Citizens Park.
Oh, Citizens Park is shoot. My dad used to play softball out there.
I just pulled up the map. I know nothing about Belleville, by the way.
Right.
I'm out of town right now.
Did you say how much rent they get?
Let's see here. Well, it says owner occupied on one. I don't know if the other one, what's the deal with that? Let me see here. Got a lot of notes in here. Good night. She took copious notes, but it don't say anything about rent. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, that's West Side.
2 bedroom,
That's
2 bedroom, 1 bath per unit. It doesn't say. Garage needs to be fixed. It needs some work. I mean, just looking at it, it probably needs a good $20,000 to $25,000 worth of work, maybe. Just looking at from what the stuff they say. I don't know if
Okay.
that still makes it too high. I mean, do they even go that kind of money over there or not really? That's high.
Not if they need that much work, I don't think.
right. Yeah.
75 to 80 is what they say they want. That don't mean that's what they'll take. What will they take? I don't care what you want, but what will you accept?
Right. True. True. Very true.
I've done 3 or 4 duplex deals in Belleville this summer. Actually, one was a triplex, but it was all about rent. 2% rule is a really good rule of thumb. It's a no-brainer for my buyers if it's a little bit over 2, all in or whatever. So, and they love it when they're already rented Section 8. Or performing market rent, but they really love it when they're Section 8. They'll take the rougher units if they're Section 8, just because they know those renters stay for so long. But 2% rule is a really good rule, I think, for Belleville. Rich, what do you think?
So do 2
Yeah, I think
bedrooms
so.
rent for $750?
Yeah.
So it might be worth messing with, huh? I haven't called her yet. It came in about 6 hours ago, so it's still kind of fresh. I might call her tonight. I don't know. They say they want to sell ASAP. I should have called them already, but I don't know nothing about Illinois.
Well, I mean, yeah, you might as well. I mean,
They came in through the thing. We've been getting a lot of leads for some reason. I'm like, golly, turn them off. No, I shouldn't say
right.
that. No, just playing.
I know.
So 75,000 wouldn't be unrealistic if it didn't need anything too much work.
Yeah. Yeah, like Mark
Definitely
said.
call them back.
Yeah.
Definitely call them back and see, because I don't have enough information really. Because it's just an initial thing. She's supposed to get the rent, but it says owner occupied. I don't know if they mean the other unit is vacant, rented, the cousin standing there, what the heck's going on? So I have to figure that out. It's always something with these people, ain't it?
Right. Always something, man.
So,
So, Mark, how are you, sir? Doing all right?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to everybody. I don't know if everybody knows you.
Sure. No, I mean, Rich, you look familiar. I think we might have crossed paths somewhere along the way. I don't know where it was though, but you do look familiar. So no, new to the Facebook group, just joined, and I have one unit today. I'm looking to add a 4-family here pretty quick, and then add a little bit. So I'm transitioning. I used to be, well, still have an IT company, and handed over the reins about 3 months ago. So now I'm looking for something to replace my daily activities and getting into real estate, into the rental market. So,
what part of town is that you're trying to buy in?
you know, I'm pretty open. So right now I'm kind of looking across the board, but yeah, I don't even have any constraints at this point. So I couldn't even say, hey, it's this part of town or that part of town.
So you buy
Currently,
Illinois
my
and
one-
Missouri or what?
Probably stay on the Missouri side just because I know the market over here a little bit better. I don't know the market as well over in Illinois. The unit that I have now is in Benton Park West, and that performs pretty well. So
That's where that deal is I just locked up, is in Benton Park West. How that happened?
I'll tell you what, I'm just hoping that the Fox Park movement continues to accelerate from the Benton Park West movement. So that's certainly on the radar. You know, Marine Villa, Gravel Park, that kind of area, Tower Grove South, the Utah place, that kind of borderline area right there is kind of where I'm looking for some opportunities to get in.
No, that's right. So you want like full rehabs, light rehabs, full construction?
Yeah, I've done the rehab part now a couple times. I'm kind of done with it. So
Do new construction then,
just,
right?
just light rehab or have a good crew. I'm still working on finding a good crew right now. Been through a few different folks, and you know, hit or miss. So still haven't been able to get a solid crew yet. That's why I don't want to take on anything above light rehab.
Nothing wrong with that. That work is hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
just
fix
still
no
looking.
houses. So
If anybody has any ideas on good crews, I'm certainly taking referrals on that, because that seems to be the hardest thing about this game, is finding somebody that's dependable.
just make sure to give them at least half down up front and then hope they do the rest. I'm just playing. Don't do that.
I have found that the bonus mentality seems to work really well. Getting things done on time with a bonus is the way that I'm finding success now. Paying by the hour or trying to pay at the end of the job just doesn't work.
Incentives. If you get it done by this date, we'll give you this much. By this date, this much.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So you're trying to stay south or somewhere on the Missouri side. So they got deals. There's Gary.
Yeah.
He's got deals. He got deals under contract right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, outside of the city and the county area, I mean, everybody talks about St. Charles, but I really just don't know. I don't really want to drive that far again.
I got a lead in St. Charles today too. We're in the last 24 hours.
So yeah, I mean, I'm actually down in the south side myself, so making my commute easy is part of the goal.
That's right. That's what we want to do. Yeah, I got 3 of them on the south side, so I'm right there near you. Compton and all down there.
Oh yeah, there's some beautiful stuff in Compton.
Yeah, that's my best house. They've
Been looking
been
at
throwing off money for no reason. I like them houses. Keep about 10 of them. So that's cool. That's cool. Who is that? Gary and Terrell, either one or anybody else on here got any deals under contract or anything? Or Laura? I know Laura
Everybody
keep a
give me
deal. Laura be keeping some deals. Anybody got anything for sale now? Anything available?
No, not yet. Hopefully, I have one soon. I'm waiting for it to get back to me. So
What do they tell you?
right now she's just asking for 25. So if it's in the lower than that, man, deal. So
You already made an offer on it, or
yeah, I made off. So wait for it to get back to me. So we'll put things in action.
no? They always want to get that number, whatever number they came up with. You know what I tell them every time they say a number? I don't care what the number is. Oh wow, 25. Now, if you don't mind me asking, where'd you come up with that amount?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what number they say. I want to know where they came up with this magical number that came out of the clear blue sky.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with that one.
Every time. I don't care what number it is. And they're just automatic, you know. They can say, I only wanted 10. 10. Where'd you come up with that amount? Well, I really will take 8. Damn, you just went down. Okay. And people go down like that sometimes just from asking.
All right.
Chris, I think I heard a guest on your show a couple weeks ago say, always ask him, is that the best you can do?
Always.
And I've been doing that, like just with anything and everything. Like, is that the best you can do? And he said, like, do it 3 times.
Yeah, it works. Is that the best that you can do? I mean, can you do any better than that? I mean, is that the lowest you would accept? I mean, those type of questions, they feel like, oh man, I came too high. And they come down on their own. They just bring themselves down. I'd rather for them to bid themselves down than me trying to beat them up on the thing myself. Oh man, I really need to be at 3,000. 3,000, damn, that's closing call.
Right.
But you know, sometimes, you know, every case is different.
All right.
Hey, Keith Winkler's got a good one too that I use a lot. He just says, what's the least you can take? And he just smiles. Like, what's the least you can take? If cash offer closing really quick. And it's like people, and you know, he says it after an initial number, right? So they'll say 40. He'll say, okay. And then they'll talk about something else. He'll go, what's the least you can take? And I just think that's genius. So that's Keith Winkler who's on the call. And I've been using that.
That's right. You gotta hit them
You
with
ask that question, or you have to shut up, right? I mean, that is the key. You can't say anything. When you ask that question, shut your mouth. Right?
It's important, Rich. That is golden. Is that the best that you can do? And don't even breathe.
That's right.
Don't even blink. Do like this. Freeze.
Oh man. True. I'm sorry guys, my internet cut out here. I popped down there for a minute. I don't know.
All right. And so what about you, Gary? You got something you working on?
Right. Yeah. So I just bought a rental over in Berkeley 2 weeks ago. Joint venturing on one over on Michigan. That's closing Monday. Got one over on Theodore and Jennings under contract right now, and got a wholesaling one over in Pine Line. So that's what I got going right now.
Well, when you mentioned Berkeley, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel for you. I have one over there, so good luck.
Yeah, I didn't heard the stories about it, but I know people say. I think I'm gonna be all right though. I know a couple of people in some places. I'm gonna be all right.
Well, you can buy the one I got too. It's already got tenants in it paying $875. You can buy all them houses up. I don't want to deal with them no more. I refuse to buy in Berkeley again.
And while we on here, I did want to ask a question to everybody. Thought, what y'all think about fire damage properties?
It's all about that ARV. You know, I just put one under contract yesterday on a JV though. I would have never put it under contract. I'm just gonna help them out, see if I can find a buyer. It's all about that ARV.
It's all, and you just have to include that in your rehab cost, right? You got to get a good, strong rehab cost by either a remediator or fire damage specialist. But to me, it's as long as the numbers still work. As long as it's like 6 busted windows or or whatever. As long as the numbers work. But then again, that freaks out some people, but. And others,
yeah, because they had a house, a fire damage house I looked at over in like the Riverview area, somewhere up like deep North County area. I mean, it was a nice house. It just, the neighborhood wasn't bad, but the house was burnt all up on the inside. And the dude kept saying, man, just make me an offer. And I'm like, man, I don't know. You might have to pay me to take it. But, back then, I didn't realize I could have just structured a creative deal and made something happen with it because buying it outright just wasn't going to work. That's what I'm gonna do if I ever come across another one similar to that. I would structure it in a creative way to where I could buy it on terms. Somebody get it from me on terms. They fix it all up, and they don't have to front all that money either. And everybody's happy at the end.
True.
Christine.
The fire damage tomorrow, and I already asked the guy. Well, first I asked him what's the least he could take, and in the same, I was texting in the same message. I said, in fact, because it's not a great part of town. It's like, in fact. Can you just give it away to be rid of it? It's fire damage. And the reason I went with that route is because a lot of times these guys have a settlement from an insurance company already. Yeah. So they've already gotten some money for the house. And now they're just sitting there looking at a fire damaged house. So the motivation is high and they're going to get some money from an insurance company, right? Well, if it's insured. So I think they're good opportunities.
Yeah.
As long, again, as you just make sure that seller knows like the buyer pool is much smaller, just to be honest. So you just need time. You need to make sure the numbers work, and you just need to make sure that seller knows, like, this inspection period is no joke on this fire damage because I don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm going to work the numbers the best I can, but you know, I make no promises. I have to use this inspection period. And I've gotten one done before. I mean, I haven't looked at a bunch. I'm looking at one tomorrow, and hopefully that's the deal too.
Yeah, when you just give it away, you know, and that's another thing I ask most sellers too. I don't ask them the giveaway thing, but I say, I mean, how do you see all this playing out, Mr. Seller? How would this work out for you in the best case scenario? Well, I'll just be glad to be done with having to pay that loan. Oh, so you'll sell it for what you owe on it, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just all about giving a good question and listening to what they say and having good conversation with them. You know, good feedback. That's what I think. Christine, where you been?
Oh my gosh. I have a master's degree in nursing and I can't figure out how to get on Zoom. I've been busy doing a lot of different things.
What are you doing?
Well, so still wholesaling, but started a back office support company. So we're bidding union contracts with that. Started a supply chain company. It's booming. Doing a lot of creative financing, buying and selling notes, wholesaling notes, just like I wholesale houses. So been busy doing a lot.
So wait a minute, you telling me that those notes are a lot better, huh? Paperwork makes that paperwork.
Well, those notes are easy. As long as you remain Dodd-Frank compliant, you're good.
Yeah, those notes where the money at.
There's a lot of money in them.
They're swinging them hammers and working hard, just flipping paper.
Lot less work than real estate. I can tell you that right now.
That's right.
So,
The less I do, the more I make. That's what I'm trying to get like that.
well, I don't know if that'll ever happen because what time is it? And I haven't stopped. I don't even know what time it is.
It's only 6:30. You're good.
Okay, well, I haven't stopped since probably 7 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
Mm.
You know, so busy.
That's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're getting them deals done and they moving along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finna have to hire another virtual assistant.
Nice.
So while I did that, okay, I've got 4 teams now of them,
Wow.
and they're worth their weight in gold.
Can't run the
As
business
long as
without
they're
them.
organized and they have a system to follow. You know,
So you say 4 different teams? So you came in swinging and
4
bucking.
teams of 3.
Oh, wow. So you came straight on in, not just get 1 or just 2. I'm coming in.
Well, I
building
started with 1 on my back office support business. I had to add 2 more to that.
But it changes everything, right?
Right. So then I had to add 1 for my notes. So
how did you go about sourcing them and or training them up to the standard that you like them to be at?
well, I'm still working on that. I work with them every day. But basically what I'm using them for is contacting both the sellers and the buyers, finding out what they have, what they want for, you know, what their criteria is, this, that, and the other thing. And then, you know, so right now that's really all they're doing on that end, and the rest of it I do. However, I want to take them into, I have a problem sometimes relinquishing control, let's put it that way.
I was going to say, I can feel it in your spirit right now. I could just feel it.
Well, it's something you don't want to get it screwed up.
Comes back to that training, you know. Are you making like videos where somebody else can come back later, or making one of those good ones that you have train the others? See, that's
what we're doing right now. So we train the lead, and all of these VAs are college educated. They're bright people, they're smart people. But, and I'm not saying you have to be. I'm just saying it helped because this one was able to train the others very well on what I wanted him to do at this point. So before I really relinquished the actual, what's the word I'm looking, valuing of the note and learning how to work that part of it, my one VA understands that the other two on the team do not as of yet. I just have them contacting people.
That's good. That's exactly what you want. You want that lead
Right.
flow to just keep dumping leads on you.
Right, right.
Because that's my thing now. I got more leads than I can process. I'm like, whoa, slow down. I have to get somebody to help me with acquisitions. I got too many leads and
Well,
deals coming in.
Like right now, so housewife wise, I have two beautiful little houses, both 3-1s in North County. They're Section 8 tenant in place. I'm working on those, and then I just got, a bunch of leads on some others, so I got to work those. But sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Yeah, it does. Don't take
You know.
much.
Well, you have to make yourself walk away.
I'll be trying to find how can I get out of the way faster? How can I get out of their way so they can run the business without me? That's what I want to know. I'm in their way.
Well, I'm sure we all are.
And that's just a
Sometimes I
mindset
think
shift, though.
We get in our own way.
That's where it starts, is knowing that we're in the way. If you know you're in the way, how do I get out of the way so they can make some more pay? Hey, what you say?
Sure.
Hey. Oh, absolutely.
So getting them working on those notes. So what made you get into notes, Christine? You just start getting
Well,
into them?
I was talking to my brother, who's a real estate developer, and he says to me, there's other ways to make money. I said, okay. He goes, first of all, in real estate, you never ever make money. He told me this, selling real estate. You make it buying it.
Yeah.
And once you learn that rule, you'll be successful at it.
Yep.
But it takes so much work. Okay. And what happens is because he's semi-retired now, so he's kind of been delving into the whole Facebook scene and stuff on my computer and watching this. He goes, there's so many people involved in this. He said, so you really have to cipher out the serious ones versus the fly-by-nights. And I said, well, I know who the serious ones are and the legitimate ones and the ones I can trust. I said, but every day somebody new shows up. Okay. And so he said to me, well, there's other ways. He goes, look at notes. You can wholesale a note just like you can wholesale a property, and wholesaling a note is a whole lot easier because you don't have to show it to anybody.
Just paperwork.
Right.
That's all it is. And it's easy. It's not difficult.
You still have to find a buyer's list, though, right? You still have to.
Oh, I got a huge one.
Those buyers.
They're everywhere.
There's Rich, there
Sure. Just
are
like real estate buyers.
millions of people out there buying them.
There's
sure.
probably
Oh, yeah.
more buyers than there are sellers. Would you think?
Well, they're actually, you're correct. There are.
Same as wholesaling. Some more buyers. I'm gonna go help get a buyer and get a deal.
Right.
Find some deals.
So here's how I talked previously about short selling. This is a perfect example of how to short sale. It gives you another way to short sale a property.
Sure.
Are you still doing
If your
short
numbers
sales?
are right, sell the note. Then do a creative financing, owner finance back so they can stay in the property. They're going to lose their equity, but it's another option.
Are you still doing short sales?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one for you. How you do that? Show up and win.
Well, all right. I'll do it with you.
He's ready to go too.
All right. So what's easier is, so if your numbers work, okay, let me give you an example of the one I just did in Ladue. They had a $64,000 federal tax lien against this house. Okay. They owed $660 on it. We got the IRS to discharge the tax lien, and they did, because they weren't going to get their money out of that house anyway. So discharge it so we can sell it. Wells Fargo held the note. Went to Wells Fargo, got them to take off all the interest, all the penalties and everything. Turn around, bought that house for $453,000. Okay.
And it was worth what now?
Oh, the house is, it's not, so you're in Ladue. The house isn't worth anything. It's the land in Ladue. So this house will actually get knocked down and they'll build a McMansion on it.
McMansion.
Well, they will. I sold it to a luxury home buyer or home builder. He's going to go build some $2 million McMansion on this thing. Whatever. Okay.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. But the paperwork is the nightmare.
Yeah. And that's the stuff, to train a virtual or an assistant, even in real life here, to do the paperwork. Say, all you do is shuffle papers. Make sure the paperwork is straight.
Well, it would
Here's
be
the checklist.
beautiful if you could get a bunch of moms who have kids in school, but now all those kids are home.
Blame it on the Rona.
I am.
Got to. Everything.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everything.
Cool. So how do you go about finding those notes itself? What are you doing? Are you pulling tapes or buying tapes or getting tapes, what they call it?
No. So first thing I do is one thing to do is look for homes that are in pre-foreclosure. That's a good one. Okay. So when you have a house that's in pre-foreclosure, okay, they're not going to pull that house out. But they all have that hope, and I understand because I'd be the same way if I were in this position. They have that hope of staying in that home. So you have to say to them, there may be another option. You're going to lose your equity, but if the numbers work out, we may be able to sell this note to a buyer, and then they will have them sell or finance the purchase of the home to you.
So you're saying the property has to have equity for any of this to work?
Well, it's going to have some, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I'm just make sure your numbers are right on your deal. So say, what if there's, and you see this all the time, a $200,000 home, and it's in foreclosure on a $50,000 note. You go in and you buy that note, or you find a buyer for that note. Say it was you. Say I'm like, Chris, it's a $200,000 house. I got a $50,000 note. Buy the $50,000 note. You can then sell or finance the house back to these people.
Okay. So the problem is finding the $50,000 note on a $200,000 house.
You can find them. If you can't, I can find buyers every day.
We just buy that. That ain't. I know that's the note thing, but
I
that sounds like buying
understand that.
numbers.
What
I'll just
I'm
buy the
saying
house,
is,
pay
you
them
can buy
$5
it
grand to move.
right then and there, out of the foreclosure. Okay, if you want, without going through the process, because all you're doing is, I sold one the other day. Okay, let me remember. That was a $260,000 house. They owed $85,000. They couldn't do it. We contacted the lender. We said, we want to buy it out. The lender says, that's fine. We structured a note. We sold it to a California buyer. Okay, so we got a $260,000 house for $85,000. We then structured a deal for him to allow those people to stay in the property. All right, so then he did a seller finance back to them. And they're going to get to stay in their house. They lost what equity they had in it, but they didn't have to leave their house with the shame of foreclosure as they see it hanging over their head. And right now, with the way things are going, there is going to be a ton of foreclosures.
That's right. That's why you got to have that team built up, ready to receive them.
Right. So that ball's about ready to drop.
You need about 20 more assistants there, Christine.
Yes.
You ain't got enough help.
But this is another possible option for people.
Yeah, I can see that. So they just lose their equity and
They lost it, but nobody
they get
knew
to
they
keep
got
their
it
house.
foreclosed on.
But they get to keep their house. Okay.
And they didn't have to leave their house.
Wow. Okay.
Just restructured the deal.
So that end buyer's not worried about, hey, well, they couldn't pay before. What make you think they'll pay now?
No, they had to put up a significant amount of money, which someone in their family gave them. All right. So he's sitting pretty because he can foreclose on them if he needs to and get them out of the house.
I bet he can. If you get a big enough spread on it, anything possible, right?
But so the other thing we did in the supply chain business, I've got a couple heavy equipment deals going where I went out and I purchased with a loan at 3%, 2 pieces of heavy equipment for $64,000. All right. I then structured a note and I sold that heavy equipment to a big construction company in St. Louis at 9% interest because they didn't have the credit to get the loan to buy the equipment.
That's the biggest problem in the marketplace, I think, is
It's
financing.
with
People can't
everybody.
qualify. That's why I love creative financing, because nobody can qualify. But they got that
Who
money.
you think would? I would have thought this company would have been able to, but they couldn't.
Yep. 76% of the marketplace cannot qualify for a loan.
I guess he left town.
He did. He
Hi,
vanished.
what are you doing? What have you been doing?
Who?
You.
Nothing.
Oh boy.
Nothing. Just a lot of this. Just a little here and there, building up some partnerships, and we're marketing a ton of different ways, and seeing what works better, that kind of thing.
I know it's hard because things shift so much.
Yeah, you gotta be flexible. You gotta be able to.
You gotta be shifty.
Yeah, you do, and you got to be willing to go back and try something that may not have worked a year ago, but it might be ready to work again, or something that worked once before or didn't work,
Right.
that it might be ready for it to work again. So that kind of stuff. And we've got to be changing, looking up, trying to track and see what works, what doesn't work with you.
Well, that's what I've been doing over the last couple of months, trying to come up with all these different ways to make money.
Sure,
Hey
absolutely.
guys, I'm taking off. Everybody have a great
Bye.
night, a great week.
Awesome, Laura.
All right.
Thanks for joining
Everybody,
us.
See you next time.
All righty, go make some money.
See you
I'm
in
gonna
4
try.
weeks.
All right. I gotta figure out how to get off.
4 weeks. We skipping
3
2
weeks,
weeks.
yeah. Look, the meeting here isn't going to be September 8th, it's September 15th. But we'll have a regular Hootie's meeting on September 1st at that, the lunchtime, 11:30.
Oh, good. I missed those so bad.
But yeah, but no, I don't, I'm gonna have to check with the Keener Plaza even to see if they'll let us. I know the one in South County won't let you sit more than 6 at a table, so. check with
Now I
the
know.
I live right by that one.
Keener Plaza, yeah.
Too easy.
I knew that because after I helped move my brother in last night, we stopped off there to have lunch or dinner on him. And we had 9 people, and hey, can we sit? We're a family, and it's 9. And they're like, nope, we can only sit 6. And then, so now you got to sit 6 here, and skip a table, then sit 6 here, or whatever you want.
Right.
It just, I don't think logistically we're going to be able to meet in person. But I'm
Yeah.
going to try. I'm going to see. I'm going to check into it.
Unless it's someplace with an outdoor patio.
There you go. Just meet in Keener Plaza outside there.
Right.
Go
Just
get
sit
your
out in the
hoodies, take out, and go sit over there.
That's a good point.
See, solving problems. That's what entrepreneurs do. We don't
That
make
is what you
excuses.
do.
We figure it out.
That's true. Very true.
We solve problems. Give me a bigger problem to solve. That was a baby problem. Give me something gooder,
Exactly.
not
I'll
bigger.
give you this much, Chris Monroe. You are good at that.
That's right. Somebody got to solve these problems.
You gotta be. You gotta be. That's what we're in the business for doing.
That's
The
right.
business is solving people's problems, not stealing houses.
No.
That's not what it's about.
How can we help you today? How can we add
Exactly.
value to your life?
That's right. It's all about adding value. If you can't add value for somebody, you got no business asking to do business
Right.
with.
You're
So,
right.
That's right.
sorry, I didn't mean to sound so bitter.
No, it's the
Don't be
truth,
old
though.
man.
You're trying to help somebody out.
Like the
True.
lady who hung up on me yesterday for no reason. I was trying to help her out. She was like, well, you can't buy for the price I want. Click. I said, well. She said, she won 30,000. I said, the houses over there still in perfect condition for about 30,000. I mean, you wouldn't take any less than that? She's like, nope, I need 30,000. That's all I'll do. I said,
Yeah.
well, the only way we could click. And she hung up. I didn't want to talk to her. Want your raggedy house? No way.
Laura and I were working. We were talking to, it was more Laura, but we were talking to one of our leads and, trying to get them to tell us what they wanted. They just wouldn't do it. You get some of them people, they're just not saying anything. Oh, they just kept bringing up their pain point. Like they wouldn't want to manage the lawn anymore. And they didn't, they just want to get out and then, make an offer. And they're like, oh, no, we want almost full retail value for a house that's still, it's in great shape. As a rental, it might need less than $5,000
Mhm.
work to get it rental ready, probably more like $2,000. But they wanted almost full retail, and to sell it on the retail market, it would probably need about 25.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So we just
I just give them a low ball range. I mean, I don't know. I
that's
mean,
what we did.
20.
That's
I
what we
mean,
did.
we probably around, I don't know, 20 to 30,000. I mean, is that something you think you would consider?
Right. We went 11. We're like, here's 11. How's 11? They're like,
I
no,
mean-
we want 35. Well, it's.
Oh,
we're
so now you
35.
know what you want.
Right. We're 35 completely fixed up. What's
35.
going on, Muriel? Hey, you're on mute there, buddy. Sorry, I mute everybody when they come in now.
You know,
We learned that lesson. You're on mute, buddy. You know how to unmute yourself? Probably down in the lower left corner. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
can I
sir.
do a virtual background here?
Yeah.
Virtual background. Yes, he does.
Right.
Either that or he's got his whole wall painted behind him.
Oh, there it is. That look better.
Oh, there you go.
Green.
Check that out. He's got his lion in the grass.
Rawr. Now that look more realistic.
Read that, Chris.
I'm in the woods. I'm in the
Watch out,
hood and in the
there's a lion
woods.
behind
Ooh, it's a lion. Ah!
you. It's been a while, Muriel. How are you, sir?
Doing good. I'm grinding. I'm actually in the middle of cold calling. I thought I'd take a break
Oh, nice.
and hop on.
I'm glad you thought of us.
You know,
What kind of responses you been getting so far?
I'm sorry.
What kind of responses have you been getting so far?
Got the wrong number. Stop calling me. All the usual.
What do you guys want? Your house.
Right.
Sign it over.
I actually forgot what list I was calling for. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I didn't mean to talk over you. You
Oh,
said
you're fine.
100%. It's more important. Go
I
ahead.
say I actually forgot what list I was calling from. I thought I was calling from expired listings. Then I realized I was calling from high equity. So I told this guy, "You had your house listed." He was like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Yes, you did." I was like, "Wait a minute." Bonehead mistake. So
Oh, well, you want to talk about Bonehead? I made one recently too, where I sent out, thank goodness it wasn't a huge list, but I sent out a pretty decent sized list of mailers, set up the whole campaign for 6 mailings and everything, set it up for they were probates, set it up, sent it out, sent it to them. I uploaded the wrong list. Uploaded the wrong list. And no, here's the thing. Somehow when I merged my list, my names and addresses got mixed up. So they were going to the right addresses, but they were addressed to the wrong people, the entire list.
wow.
And I realized it as soon as I clicked that send button. I was like, wait a minute. Seems right about that. I went and checked the list. I'm like, oh. Thank goodness I was able to cancel the other 5, but couldn't cancel the first one because they once you click send, it starts the process.
Right.
I canceled the other 5 mailings, but the first mailing I had to eat. But
Oh, you got plenty of money. It ain't gonna hurt you.
I was just trying to do too much too fast, trying to get going, and wasn't thinking. You gotta think.
So I got my first deal.
Nice.
Way to go.
Nice.
Congratulations.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird, but it's a deal, all right?
It's the best kind.
So I actually, if you look on my page, I posted on my page, but I'll tell you how it went.
Okay.
It's when I originally got this cold caller. So I had her doing the calls. So I got on Craigslist and I saw this house. It was a huge house. And I think it was listed for like $575. They were trying to sell it for $575. So after talking with the sellers, maybe on their 4th or 5th time, we had rapport built, so we decided to meet. Now, prior to meeting, I literally reached out to like 3 or 4 gurus because this was seriously out of my realm. So I thought, the confidence wasn't there. And Jerry Norton, he hit me back. He was like, "Man, just run the numbers and go lock up the deal." So I'm like,
Simple.
"Okay, cool." So I met with the sellers and we couldn't agree on a number, but I told him about another property that I was renting out rooms. So he was like, "Let's do that." So now I have a 10,000 square feet house that I live in. I rent the rooms out. We got an agreement on a monthly. And now instead of living in a 4-bedroom apartment, a 4-bedroom house, which I still have, I'm still renting those rooms out. Now I'm in this mansion with an inside pool. And it's like, if you told me I'd be here,
I never would have believed you.
Welcome to the world of creative real estate.
Right.
That's where the magic happens.
It's crazy. Like when I moved to Atlanta 3 years ago, I lived out of my car for 5 months until I saved up for mine. If you told me I'd be here, I wouldn't even believe you. It's crazy.
I just came back from Atlanta this weekend.
Saw that out there, making things happen. You just visiting family?
You know it, visiting people. But
Okay.
so you end up working a deal with him to buy the house on terms or just pay him every month, live in it, rent rooms, do whatever you want, and you just living large down there, huh?
Well, no, here's the deal. The deal is they're actually get to keep the house, but I'm just here, rent free, and we got a commission split.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with it. Get to live
Right.
for free. Sign
The
me
deal's
up.
a deal. I'm still living free, plus I'm making a check.
You
know?
winning.
So now I do all my business at this big location, and they got another location about 2 hours away. So I saved them from having to sell their house dirt cheap, and it's a win-win situation.
That's creative. Got to create a solution regardless of what comes your way.
Right, right.
That's a real good one. It really is.
That's good. So,
Congratulations,
so what do
man.
you attribute all that to? Building good rapport, asking good questions, talking to them. What do you think made that happen?
I think my consistency because of reaching out to them, because I talk to a ton of other, wholesalers, investors, it was probably, when they say the forces in the follow-up, this is a prime example. This wasn't no 2 or 3 call deal, I'm in the house. No, I probably, called them, 6 or 7 times before we even sat down to meet. And then after that, there was still some follow-up to, hey, okay, let's do it. So just, good stuff don't happen overnight,
The fortunes are in the follow-up. I've lost
Right.
deals from not following up. I know I lost at least 15 deals from not following up. At least, maybe more, the ones I don't know about, but I know for a fact I've lost deals from not following up.
And Chris, you gave me a good nugget today. Just lock it up and figure it out later.
What are we worried about it for? My contract protects me.
Right. So I know that I could probably have done at least 3 more deals if I had just listened, just that concept alone, instead of trying to spend a lot of time figuring it out before you just lock it up.
Because the buyer going to tell you anyway, well, especially if you tell the seller that, hey, yeah, I'm not going to buy it, but I'm going to see if I can find you a buyer or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
If you're just transparent and that we're too far apart, I'll let them know, hey, yeah, I'm not going to be the one to buy it because of whatever the situation is. But I do know people that pay more than me. They love to spend money. And I can see if they like it. And if they like it, we can make this thing happen. You get the number you want, and we make this deal happen. And most of the
Hey,
time,
Christine, I see you there.
they're ready.
Her audio. I can't hear you, Christine. How you doing?
I just unmuted. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
That's
coming-
great news. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm coming to St. Louis probably within the next 30 days to see my son. I don't know if I'm a kid. I'm just kidding now. Kidnap him? Not really. He's
No, that means you have to pay for him. Don't get it.
right.
Hold on, I got to stop streaming live. Let me cut that out.
I talked to him today, and he says they're doing the school thing online. So I'm gonna try to convince his mom, hey, let him come to school down here for a month or 2, and why not, right?
Exactly.
That's gonna quadruple your grocery bill.
I think we can do it. If I can get him on it. He's 16, but he sounds 20. I think I can get him on
My
his
son
phone.
was that way, yeah.
He's as big as Dad is. So.
Well, so my son goes to Mizzou in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay.
And all of his classes are online, and then one of his fraternity brothers got COVID, so he's home right now. So my grocery bill is like 20 times what it would be if he were at school. So
Right.
Oh, well. I like having him home.
I started some PPC and having success about a week, maybe two leads, not any good. But then I started getting these calls from Ghana. I'm like, No, I'm targeting Georgia. How does Ghana get my information?
Was that for Facebook or was that for Google?
Google.
Yeah, I'm doing some Facebook marketing now. I'm probably going to turn it off. We got a couple of leads, but for the money, it's not really worth it to me. But some people like it. I don't know. I haven't turned on the Google ones yet. Anybody else doing any PPC marketing? Pay per click, spend that money. Stop being cheap.
I'm doing 15 a day, $15 a day.
Oh yeah, you got to get that up around 50 a day.
I can't afford it.
You
I'm
need
for
some
real.
more deals.
Right.
I'm for real. You got to get up around 50. I
Right.
mean, depending. You talking about in the Atlanta market? You probably need to be at 100 a day.
Actually, you're right about that.
Yeah.
So I'm exploring my high school town, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma was a smaller market. And then a lot of people are kind of avoiding that area because there's like that law that they're trying to pass, the wholesaling law they're trying to pass. So I'm thinking, okay, this might, definitely a smaller market. So today, actually, I went in there and put that in the targeting. So Georgia and Tulsa and Broken Arrow. So still $15 a day. I'm just creeping in there, just trying to get traffic to my website.
Nothing wrong with it. And if you can get that SEO together and just get that organic, because see, we got our organic up. We got,
Okay.
if you look up in St. Louis on certain things, you'll
Uh-huh.
see add, first organic.
Right.
And y'all paying, but I might not be first. I'll take number 5 or something because y'all got ads and y'all paying to be right there, but I'm right there on the first organic. So you ain't even got to scroll down sometimes. You just see it. We've been getting more leads from it. So I'm actually getting ready to build probably 5 or 6 other websites as well.
Okay, nice.
So I can corner the market, and then if we intertwine those, to help you move you up in the stratosphere of search engine optimization. That's some hacks for you. That's all.
Another golden nugget.
Yeah, another nugget. Somebody over here on Facebook, is this Facebook? They asked, what is the best way to advertise for homeowners?
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys. I've got a jet. It was great meeting you all here virtually. I got to go get dinner. So hopefully participate in the next one of these.
That'd be great. That'd be
Thanks.
great.
Here.
We'll see
Thanks,
you in
have a good
what
night.
is it, 3 weeks or
You too.
4
Thanks for
weeks?
joining us.
3 weeks?
Yep, 3 weeks.
So see you in
3
3
weeks, sorry.
weeks.
3 weeks for evening.
See you, Rich.
Take it easy.
Nice
Thanks,
to meet
Mark.
you all.
Nice to
Bye-bye.
meet you. Absolutely.
They were asking, what are some good ways to market to attract these motivated sellers?
I mean, I think, and Chris, I don't know if you agree with that, but I think you have to figure out, and everybody here, Keith, Chris, both of you, Muriel too, is, you got to figure out what motivated buyers, what motivated sellers you want to target, right? Yeah, you can shotgun approach and just say, hey, anybody want to sell a house? But if you want to be specific, which is fine, but if you want to be specific, it depends on what you got to figure out what's your budget, what's your marketing budget, what method are you going to use? That's my philosophy is that, again, if you're just going to text blast people, you may not want to go after probates, or maybe you can, because those are, if you find the heirs, they're younger, but you don't want to go after maybe older home buyer, older homeowners with text blasting. Maybe. I don't know. I'm rambling now. What do you think, Chris Monroe?
Christine is a specialist at marketing. What do you think, Christine?
Well, when it comes to probate,
Or
I
just
love
anything?
probate,
Anything.
but I go directly to the judge.
Man,
How do you? What's the best way to market for the sellers?
My family owns a deli on the hill. I give them food.
that's
Who
cheating.
works?
Listen, no offense, but I know this is stereotypical, but if you're dealing with a man, give him a sandwich.
Wow.
He'll
The way,
remember you.
what they
You
say,
just
the
go
way
door to
to
door,
it.
giving sandwiches out, saying you want to sell your house.
No. So what I do is, I go on, for St. Louis, I go on, what do you call it? CaseNet,
CaseNet.
and I look them all up there. So I can,
probates again. Yeah.
I look up all the probates there, because then I can determine which probate has a house in it and which one doesn't.
Yeah.
And I look at each thing and I kind of weigh it out there, and then that's how I go after them.
But like just in general, like if you like right now, Chris, you sit down and you're like, look, I gotta get some more wholesale deals done. What's your approach going to be for marketing? For wholesale?
Marketing wise, well,
Doesn't
First of
matter
all-
if it's probate or not.
I don't do the level of marketing that you do. First of all, and I'm just saying, I was born and raised in this city and I know a lot of people here. So I make phone calls that way. I will be honest with you, my brother brings me a ton of business. That's another way. However, I will say this to everybody, and I think you're much more powerful in a team than you are alone. And I personally like to make phone calls. I like to speak to them. I've tried marketing, mail campaigns, I didn't get anywhere with it. I don't know if you do. I just didn't, I couldn't justify the cost of it. I've done those text blasts. Now those I did much better on. I have to tell you. But I contact the attorneys handling probates in St. Louis all the time. And get yourself known. A huge part of it is getting yourself known. Now, I will be honest with you, I don't like Facebook because I get aggravated at all of the baloney that's put on there.
With cheese.
Like my case in point. Oh, this house has an ARV of $270,000 and it's in the heart of Afton. Okay, blow it out your ear, or Kirschenbaum. It does not. Okay, there is a house in Afton with an ARV of 270,000. I know, I lived there my whole life. I was raised there.
I have 2 houses
Right.
in Afton, so I know that to be true.
Well, I mean, come on. And then, I had one the other day where, well, it needs $25,000 in repair. I go in the house, it needs $75,000. How stupid do you think I am?
It's in Afton though. Be good about it.
Well, it doesn't, South County properties sell very quickly. The point is that I get very frustrated with all this false information. And so I have a tendency to just back off and do it my own way. And
It is frustrating. It's frustrating for new people that haven't quite gotten it there, but you got to remember what it was like when you were new. But it's more frustrating when people are giving you advice to, like, oh, forget it. You don't need to know what rehab costs are. Just estimate it's $5,000 a room. That bugs the crud out of me. Like, how about you learn this crap? Like, you wouldn't just become an auto mechanic, but like, hey, bring your car, I'll work on it, I'll figure it out. You'll learn your craft a little bit. Learn, maybe bring along a repair, contractor with you. At least get an idea of what things cost instead of, oh, it's $5,000 a room. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, like a bedroom's going to cost you $5,000. Okay.
Justification is, well, the bedroom will cost you $5,000, but since you estimated it's $5,000, the kitchen won't be $5,000, so you'll take some of that bedroom money, make it the kitchen. Come on, give me a break. Just learn
Shift
what
it over.
Yeah. Put the work in.
I will be honest with you, in the past couple months, that has been a huge bone of contention for me. I get so sick of it and so frustrated with it. I'm going to tell you, I closed on a house today, and on this house was in South County in the Afton area. And so the buyer, I'm on the phone, he goes, well, and this is a person who's been doing this a long time. He says, what's the ARV? What are the repair costs? I go, if you can't figure that out yourself, then you don't belong buying this house. Go look at it. I said, I am not going to tell you that because I'm not going to shoot you a line. Go look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of our job as a wholesaler, right? I mean, your job.
And he says, well, no, he says to me, he goes, I appreciate that. You didn't lie about it. I said, I was told that the rehab costs were $25,000. I said, double it.
Right. Yeah.
So he comes
in,
and so I meet him over at the house, and he goes and he looks at the house. He walks the house with his contractor. I'm standing outside because the place was so smelly I wouldn't go back in.
Must have been
So I
stinking.
wouldn't. Oh, it was horrible. I wouldn't put my dog in there. It was that bad. So I'm like, okay. I wait outside. He comes outside. He's laughing, and I go, so he goes, you're right. It is double that. I said, yeah, I know.
And it also depends, right? I mean, because it depends what your exit strategy is. You could say something's going to cost $30,000 ARV, but if the exit strategy is just to make it a rental, maybe it's only 10.
Right.
I get that. I get that. But then again, you can't say, well, the ARV is gonna be top of the line ARV, but the rehab costs are only rental rehab costs. You know, you can't do that. either.
Correct. But
Yeah,
then you also have to, I think, take into consideration the neighborhood you're in. This neighborhood, you weren't gonna do a rent ready. If I went into your neighborhood, I'm not gonna do a rent ready.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
And then, you know, in your neighborhood, I know what the taxes are. I used to live over there.
Right.
Okay? So my point is you have to take everything into consideration. And I am trying to be as upfront and honest with every single individual I talk to. I'm not trying to make 20,000 on a deal.
Right.
You know?
I'm trying to make $1 million on a deal.
Oh,
That's right.
you're as honest as the day is long. Don't tell me that.
Everybody else doing it. I've seen people tomorrow. I made 150
I know
on one
there's people
deal.
doing it.
The hell, can I get one of them too?
Right, I know. I
You
know.
tell me this. How do they get someone to buy that?
Well, it's called.
Remember, you make money when you buy. You don't make money when you sell. You make money when you buy. So they
But
got
you-
it under contract at a super great deal. The ARV and those numbers stay the same, right?
I know.
What number did you buy it at? What number did you put it under contract? So that's
Right.
And the biggest thing, you know, when it comes to, you know, making these ARVs and repair estimates, I stopped giving repair estimates probably about last year. I don't give that stuff. I just say it's either light rehab, medium, or heavy, or you can take a look at it, or it needs this, and this that I'm aware of. Anything beyond
Right.
that, buyer beware. Don't come back to me. You told me. I ain't tell you nothing. I told you go look at it. I don't
Right.
tell people what to do with their money because it's people that got labor for nothing. You know, how can I give a repair? I got a guy that's coming here to St. Louis to buy one of these raggedy houses in the city. He gets labor for little or nothing. And I already knew that there are people out here that get labor for little or nothing. They don't pay the people to do the work. So how can I estimate it costs 40 grand, but it only costs 20 to him, or 15 to him, or only parts, or only supplies only, and their labor cost is real small. I can't estimate that. So I don't even try to. It needs this and this and this. Whatever it costs you to get that done, it needs a roof. You might have a roofing company. You might get it done for $2 grand. I don't know. I don't get into that. Here's what it needs. Here's what it is. This is what we're asking. Look at it. If it works for you, let's go.
Sure.
Keeps me out
Well,
of
I have
trouble.
one right now in Jennings. It's a 2-story, 3-1, and in the upstairs in 1 bedroom and a bathroom, there's some fire damage. And I got this thing under contract dirt cheap, which I'm trying to sell it right now.
How did you get that property, the fire damage one?
Believe it or not, this guy, I didn't even know him, and he called me. I don't know where he got my phone. He said he got my phone number from a friend.
Mhm.
And this is it. You know, he sounds fairly young. Of course, at my age, everybody sounds young.
They all
So,
At our age, yeah.
no, not your age. You're not as old as I am. And that baby over there and the guy that likes Donald Trump with that baseball cap on or visor, anyway, he's about his age. Anyway, he has a couple properties. Actually, has quite a few in North County. And so he gave me 2 of them right off the bat. One has a tenant in place on a month to month, and it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath brick bungalow. And then he gave me this one, which is a frame house, looks very nice and clean from the outside, but has some fire damage upstairs. But the rest of the house looks pretty good. And I got that one for a real deal. And so I'm trying to, sell that one. Then again, the fire damage makes it a little tougher. But this one won't take a ton of work. And it'd be a great rental.
Also, guess what? So one of the guests, we call them guests. We don't call them tenants. We call them guests, legal reasons, is a contractor.
Oh.
So, and we've become pretty good friends, and I'm designing his logo. I'm putting up his website, and, he wants to do a deal with me. He wants to, us to find a house. So, so I'm in a really good situation, really good situation.
Good.
Right. Real estate is a team sport. Build that team up and make that
Right.
dream up.
Right.
Well, it is. So like, Chris, you know, you've got that short sale. I'll help you in a heartbeat on that short sale.
Yeah, we're just trying to get the tenants out first. Once the tenants out, we're ready to move forward. Because they won't do a short sale with them in there, right?
Okay.
They won't do a short sale with tenants in the house, right?
Well, no, whoever, or is that the homeowner that's in there?
No, it's tenants.
Well, I don't know about that. I've never come across that.
I'm gonna
to be
evict them
honest.
first. Or hopefully they just leave willingly.
And right now there's a moratorium on,
I'd rather just have them leave. Here's like $500 or something.
yeah.
But
You think
know,
it'll work?
We don't know yet. They haven't paid rent in like 3 months, so.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough time for people, but then the homeowner or the, you know, the landlord is stuck.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what magic we can work. Well, it's in forbearance right now, so there's no payments on the property, but you know, we still want to move along, get them out of the house and do the short sale.
So are they gonna do a forbearance on it
It's already a forbearance on it right now.
and they're not getting paid?
No. I told them
that's gonna go
to put it
pretty
in
soon.
I told them to put it in forbearance until we could figure out the tenant situation to get them out of there. Because banks are giving
What
out
part of town
forbearance.
is it in?
Huh? It's in Berkeley.
Oh, well, that's gonna make it even tougher.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a house that needs to be taken off the books and short sold to somebody. I mean, it's livable. It's just, you know, it's not going to pass the standard for Berkeley
No.
because their standards are so high. Such a great area.
Well, guys, I just wanted to hop on to show my face, to let you guys know I'm still pushing it. I ain't going
You're still
nowhere.
alive.
I'm still alive. I'm still cold calling, you know.
Here, buddy.
I'm still headed to the goal. You know, I know you guys see a lot of people in and out of the business. I'm here to stay.
That's good to hear, man. That's awesome to hear.
So they got you hooked like me. I'm hooked. I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
All I'm going to do is do some bigger deals.
Right. So I'll be watching you guys' show, and I like to come on really when I got a deal. I hate to come on, I ain't got a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's okay. You can still learn, you ask questions, share. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure whether you had a deal or not, let's say next week or in 3 weeks you didn't get a deal. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you got a crap ton of deals. But if you didn't get a deal, you can still share something that you learned that it might help everybody else, man.
Right,
You know?
right.
Right.
Facts. All right, guys. See you guys later.
Take
Thanks a
care.
lot.
All right,
Bye-bye.
good luck, man.
I'm
All right.
heading out
Congratulations on that
myself, everybody.
All righty.
Okay.
All right, Chris. You gotta
Take
keep coming back now.
Well, I've been busy with this other stuff, and so now I'm getting back to where I was, and
Yeah.
you know, I just want to make money.
Hey, we all do.
So why you say you don't want to make 20,000?
I don't want to rip somebody off. That's
How's
not
that?
my goal.
That's not ripping anybody off. It's the marketplace. It's just numbers. It's made up. All of this stuff is made up.
Oh, I
Everything.
know. You can say that again.
It's all made up. That's when we realize that it's all made up and it's just fairy tale land. People just pull stuff out of the thin air all the
Like
time.
Laura Kirschenbach.
Why not you? Why can't you pull numbers out of thin air and make 20 or 30,000 on one deal?
I
Why
don't want
not?
to do that to somebody. I'm trying to be as legit as I can be and not.
It's made
Being
up.
legit,
It's
you
nothing.
gotta remember, being legit isn't necessarily that it's how much you made. It's
Don't
did
have-
you solve their problem?
Exactly. Did you satisfy
you
the
saw-
I have,
situation?
you know what? I have to get better with that. And you're proud. You're
I do
right.
too. I'll be honest. I do too. I I hear people saying, oh, I made $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on a deal. You're expecting, okay, was it this, was it maybe a 16 plex or was it this huge mega deal? No, it's just 1,000 square foot house in, wherever. You're like, how did that happen? But
Yeah.
again, if the people say, look,
But-
all I want to do is I want to sell it for $2,000 and they should be selling it for $30,000.
No, I agree.
Who are you to tell them, no, you got to take 30?
I know,
I'm
but
not
you know,
saying
Chris
try
is
to
great
people.
at that.
Yeah. I'm not trying to rip people off either. That's the last
I know,
thing
I know.
My number one goal is to solve their problem. And I haven't had a $30,000 deal yet either. I'm not going to be honest. I don't swing for the fences like that. But I'm not going to hate anybody that does. As long as my whole thing is as long as they're treating the seller with respect and dignity, integrity, I'm good with that.
Right.
Make what you can get.
Okay.
That's right. It's just a number. Don't let it stop you from being successful.
I won't, Mr. I buy houses.
Because you can help a whole lot more people with a whole lot more money. How many more people could you help with an extra $100,000? How many more people could you help with an extra $500,000? How many more people could you help with an extra $1 million?
That's right.
A lot more. So that's what we need you to be
You know,
rich.
it's funny you say that because today I had to take a break and run my son down to Walmart to pick up a prescription. And there was this, I mean, scruffy looking guy walking on the parking lot, okay? Just walking around, shirt open, pants almost falling off, okay? And I'm looking at this guy and my first thought was, oh my God, he is a mess. Look at him. I hope he doesn't come up to me. And then I stop and I'm like, okay, there's not a very Christian attitude, okay? And I'm like, maybe he's hungry, maybe, you know, and I'm starting to feel, but I'm like, quit judging people. Just, you don't know their circumstance. He could be a scruffy drunk. I don't know.
And be rich as hell. They don't even know he just dirty. I read some dirty rich folk. Don't think it ain't out here.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When I was in high school, I went to a private Catholic girls' school in Webster Groves. And it was a school that drew from many areas. So it drew from South St. Louis City, U-City, Clayton, Chesterfield, Ladue, Frontenac. I went to high school with girls that were from average income families all the way to debutantes. And I'm going to tell you right now, the debutantes had the dirtiest houses you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'll never forget the first one I went to, they lived in Frontenac. And I was like, I mean, these people were filthy, stinking rich. They owned a damn brewery, the Breezedex. I went in their house, I'm like, oh my God, your house is
Sad case.
You never know.
It's true. It's true.
Never judge a book by its cover, but we will every
You know,
time.
brother.
That's right. And I know we're going to probably wrap up here in a little bit, but I want to give you all some Dove love. You know, those little things that got on the inside of the Dove. This
Are
one,
you
this
eating
one's good.
chocolate?
No, yeah, I just happened to unwrap one because my wife's got a bowl of them sitting here. I'm like,
Okay.
wait. And in my mind, though, I was like, I want to get the saying. I want to see if this is worth anything. And it actually is, I think. It's pretty good. This one says, keep life moving forward. Looking backwards is only for time travel. So, you know, you got to keep moving forward, right? Don't worry about the mistakes you made except to learn for it, you know, how you can move forward.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to get going here.
All right. Thank you for
Good
joining
night.
us. Keith, you got any closing statements you want to make before we wrap this thing up and do some more woke stuff?
No, I got nothing exciting to add.
The details of your exciting day, man.
Well, I got a lot going on business-wise, which is nice.
That is awesome.
Like a month ago, I didn't have anything going on. Now I'm overwhelmed. So
Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
awesome.
that's
That's
good.
right. All right.
I got like 3 houses I'm trying to co-wholesale with some guys. Looked at one of them today, and it was kind of a mess. Then I went down and closed on one. That's always fun.
Yeah.
And then I went from there and looked at one in South County that belongs to one of my tenant buyers, who's like been in a house a year longer than he was supposed to be in already. I've been trying to get him to buy, but he owns rentals, and he got in trouble on some of his rentals and hadn't been able to buy. We've got one deal in progress where he's supposed to sell one of his rentals, but it was contingent on the buyer selling theirs. So they closed last Friday. So now it looks like he's going to close on his, possibly have some money, except that he had some family members walk out of his rental in South County. He's like, well, no, I might have to put some capital back in that, but I'd rather just sell it. So I went and
Hey,
looked at it.
if he wants to sell it, I may have a buyer.
Well, I got a lockbox on it today. We'll have it under contract here in a day or two.
Sweet.
And I'm hoping we get rid of it and put some more cash in his pocket. I don't want to see him put any money into that because the big payoff is when he buys a house that he's been living in for 3 years, and I get out of that lease option.
Right.
So that's an interesting one.
Dang, cha-ching. And they've been building up your equity all that time.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Cash out.
Okay,
Good.
guys, well, I'm going to head out. I'll talk to you
Thanks, Chris.
later.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Talk to you in 3 weeks.
I will be here.
No, we'll
Bye-bye.
see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Cool.
Take it easy.
All right. Any closing
Yeah.
statements you got, Rich? I know you said we got 3 weeks.
Yeah, we got 3 weeks, so I apologize. Anybody watching this live or watching the recording, and we'd love to have you on the show, on the video or whatever. But we're going to be 3 weeks out. We do have the Hooties House Buyers Club regular monthly meeting on September 1st. That's a Tuesday, starting at 11:30. It's it's informal. Come in. There's a 2-hour gap between 11:30 1:30. Pop in, say hi, whatever. That's a week from today, 11:30 a.m. Central Time. But otherwise, 3 weeks.
Where do they sign up at, though, to get the notification?
Yeah, stlviplist.com, and you'll get an email, and I'll get better at sending out my notification emails. But yeah, you'll get a notification email with how to register on Zoom and things like that. So
okay, stlviplist.com.
Right.
All right.
The
So
only VIP list you need to be on in the STL.
there you go. But we nationwide, we worldwide, baby, coming up to a city near you.
That's right.
All right. Appreciate everybody. And
Thanks,
we
Chris.
will
What
see
about
you in a
man?
couple of
What
weeks.
you got to say?
All I got to say is keep marketing, keep making offers, keep pushing. I don't care how many deals you feel like you got, keep going. I got to even tell myself that. I feel like I got a lot of deals. My board is full right now. I actually don't even have space for the other deal we just locked up. But I don't care. Get another board. Get another sheet of paper to write it on. Get another document. Lock them up anyway. Go get this money. Go get these checks. The Rona can't stop our flow. Oh, no. Just keep going and catch me Monday nights on the Chris Monroe Show.
Yeah. Awesome, buddy. Awesome.
Sound like that was rehearsed.
I bet it was.
But it was a freestyle.
The only other thing I can say is if you as a real estate investor, anybody, Chris, I know you're feeling it right now. I know Keith is probably too, but if you feel overwhelmed, like you feel like, man, I'm getting too many freaking leads, I can't keep up with them, reach out to some other real estate investors. It's better to work as a team and get something done than to let it slip through your cracks because you didn't have enough time to follow up.
That can happen.
Yeah, and that's for everybody out there.
That's straight facts right there. All right, family, thanks a lot. We will catch you in 3 weeks. Back here live, 6 o'clock. If you want to be on a Tuesday, this next Tuesday, 11:30 to 1:30, stlviplist.com to get a notification to know when it's coming up.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks again. Thanks for being here, Keith, and everybody else.
All right, peace.
Take it easy.
Okay.
Peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East. Hey, say peace. All right. So that's how we do it, family, right here. Each and every other Tuesday. Well, it's going to be 3 weeks this time. The next one's going to be on next Tuesday, the 1st. That's the 11 o'clock one. So I'm leaving this Zoom and going into my own room. Boom. Whoa. And then removing that. And then, whoa. Then turn on my camera like that. Can I do all that? Don't forget this video is brought to you by WokeSkipTracing.com. Get email addresses and phone numbers quickly. And I'm talking fast. Just minutes. As low as 15 cents per match at WokeSkipTracing.com. That's the website. There it is. WokeSkipTracing.com. So I will catch y'all on the next one. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like. Give it a share if you care. And I'll be back on myself on Monday. Next Monday, we're on with Victor Antonio. Victor Antonio, you might have seen him on with Grant Cardone or with the other master sales trainers across the United States. We'll be on with him. And then the following show after that is scheduled as of right now is the Facebook marketing specialist, Mr. Alvin Tucker. Alvin Tucker, he's going to be on September 14th. If you want to be notified of those upcoming shows that we do on Monday night, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, all you have to do is text JV to 31996. Shoot a text message. The keyword is JV. Shoot that message over to the phone number 31996, and that'll get you on the notification squad. Plus, you get the free joint venture agreement. So with all that being said, I appreciate you all. We will catch you on the next one. So, do what you do, be who you be, and I'll see you before you see me. Peace.
And we have and we have and we have I stay woke, and Mr. I stay.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by WokeSkipTracing.com. Look up phone numbers and email addresses with ease, with pricing as low as only 15 cents per match. Not per search, per match. If there's no number or email address, you don't pay. Get accurate data in just minutes. WokeSkipTracing.com. That's WokeSkipTracing.com.